Product, price, place, promotion, right? That's been around forever. And it's still and always will be a big part of marketing. But then you add in everything that we're doing from a digital perspective and all the marketing technology that goes with that, and all the ability you need to be able to manage internally and externally, and the intellectual horsepower that takes, and the ability you need as a lifelong learner to keep up with and ahead of that. The CMO job is the toughest job in the C-suite. And it's one of the reasons why it's also the shortest in the C-suite. So if you're a CEO and you're looking at this and saying, hey, do I need a chief digital officer? First question, is my chief marketing officer performing at a very high level? Would I define them as an A player? Am I happy with their performance? And if the answer to that question is no, you don't need a chief digital officer, you need a better chief marketing officer. Now, if the answer to that question is yes, then you've kind of got to consider certain things. Okay, are there things going on from a digital transformation perspective that the CMO hasn't been able to do because of a knowledge perspective, or just isn't able to do because of a time perspective? And will the CMO be supportive of bringing this role in? Because ultimately, these two people need to be aligned more closely than the chief marketing officer is with the chief sales officer. And that alignment is critical for the organization. So if you have misalignment between a chief marketing officer and a chief digital officer, both roles will fail. And the organization will not grow. So one of the things we've seen work really well, and one of the things we've helped organizations with is, look, we've got a great CMO, and that person's performing at an A level, we're growing, but we have certain things we feel like we're falling behind on digitally, and so we want to bring in an interim chief digital officer. That person could come in for 6 months, probably isn't enough. 12 months is about the right amount of time, and 18 months is the longest we've seen it take, where someone can come in, implement significant digital transformation, and then over time roll all that back under the CMO. CMOs are very receptive to that because they see the limited time they have to impact change in all parts of the organization, right? And they don't want to lose control over it long term. We have seen instances where we've placed a chief digital officer alongside of a chief marketing officer, and that works well too. But again, you've got to have alignment between those two roles or it is doomed to fail. So we can help as an organization, right? We talk to organizations all the time. Where are you going? What are your growth goals? What markets are you targeting? Are you global? Are you North America? Where are we looking? What does that mean from a digital perspective? What does that mean from a marketing technology perspective? What type of data do you have today that you're relying on? What's your confidence level in that data? And what's the ROI you're getting from all of those things, right? And once we understand that, it's pretty easy for us to help you understand what's possible relative to, do you have the right chief marketing officer? Do you need to help that person with an interim chief digital officer or a full-time chief digital officer? Those are all the conversations we're having with organizations. And it's really fascinating to see how different people respond to that, right? Because the chief marketing officer typically wants to own everything marketing. They've spent their whole career, their whole life, aiming for this CMO job. They've successfully gotten there. They are a lifelong learner, right? Or they wouldn't have achieved this level of success. And now they don't want someone coming in and say, hey, we're going to pull pieces of digital away. But the reality is, as a CMO, if you look at it, you're also going to say, all right, long-term, what's in the best fit of the organization? And how do we get there, right? It may be I hire a number 2 person who is more senior than anyone else I have on my team that focuses on digital. And that's a great solution. It may be I need someone to come in with really high horsepower for a short period of time to help ramp us up on some things and then roll that back over to my team. Or it may be we as an organization are so big, our marketing is so complicated, there's so much data for us to go through and to utilize to help the organization grow that it is in the organization's best interest to have both a CMO and a CDO, Chief Digital Officer. And those are always interesting questions for us to help solve.